Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Capital City Baptist Church. So good to be able to spend this time with you today. And I pray that this devotion will be a blessing to you as it has been to me. So, also, welcome to Friday. If you are, and as my brother Kevin Richardson would say, if you're still on this side of the dirt, then welcome to another amazing feat that the Lord has accomplished in us. And you might ask, well, what feat is that? Well, I'm so glad you asked. The feat I'm referring to is to have us alive, and listening to the speaker's devotional today. As our planet rotates around the sun, as our moon continues its journey to be the nighttime light, as the oceans stay in their place, as the weather continues its cycles, well, we see the hand of God moving all of these things into constant motion. Because we believe in the almighty, powerful God, we really don't need much explanation as what is clearly out of our personal control. And instead, we are just to be grateful instead that He faithfully keeps things going for us day in and day out. Miracles happen every day, the miracles that sustain life. It's just that we are so used to them happening that we don't consider them as such. Instead, we see miracles only when something out of the ordinary happens. In the Old Testament, several miracles are recorded. We see the animals coming in twos to enter the ark. We see Abraham defeat the four kings and their armies. The same kings who had at the time defeated five kings and had taken a bunch of spoil and also taken Lot, Abraham's nephew, prisoner. What a rescue, right? Then we see the miracles of the plagues against Egypt, the parting of the Red Sea, the manna, the quails, the destruction of the walls of Jericho, and it just keeps on and on. Then we see the miracle of Gideon, who put out a fleece to verify that God was going to help him and be with him to destroy the enemies of Israel. Later on, we read about Samson, who had been captured and his eyes destroyed. He's given strength once again, and we learn that he brings down the temple of Dagon, or killing the rulers of the Philistines. In every instance of God's miracles, we see a display of His power over everything and His ability to command His creation at will. And so, centuries later, when the Lord Jesus comes on the scene or came on the scene as God the Son, He began to do exactly what He had always done, except that for a brief few years, He did these acts in person and strategically began to show just exactly who He was and what He could do because of who He was and is. He displayed His power over nature, turning water into wine. He displayed His power over the kingdom of darkness, driving demons out of people. He displayed His power over diseases, body defects, and mortal illnesses. And then on a grander scale, He demonstrated His power over nature, calming the seas and the weather, and walking over the water as if He's walking on dry ground. All of this He demonstrated through His servants and prophets through the centuries, and then while on earth, He carried them out flawlessly as God the Son, the Ancient of Days, the Alpha and the Omega. Such perfection and absolute fulfillment doesn't happen by chance, and demonstrates without a shadow of a doubt that God's mighty acts are reliable beyond anything we can ever comprehend. I think that most of us value reliability. We like it that when we go to an event, whether it is a concert, a movie, a restaurant, a church service, a rehearsal, a party, whatever it may be, we appreciate that it starts at the time set and we resent it when it doesn't. Recently, I invited a friend for breakfast to a place I had heard was actually really good. and family owned from my own neighborhood. So my friend arrived at the time we had selected, and we knew that the time that the restaurant was supposed to open, and we were looking forward to a good breakfast. Well, we went to the restaurant at the appointed time, at the time that they advertised their opening, and guess what? It wasn't open. The hours of operation were there on the door, but regrettably, that particular morning, they did not live up to their commitment to the public. My friend and I had to eat elsewhere, and after we had finished our chat and breakfast and visitation, we passed by the restaurant and noticed that it was still not open, almost 2 hours later. I believe you all would agree with me. Even if the food is great, if the restaurant hours are not reliable, it is not very likely that the business will thrive or, frankly, survive. People are not very forgiving where reliability is lacking. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 25, verse 1, O Lord, you are my God. I will highly honor you. I will praise your name. You have done miraculous things. You have been completely reliable in carrying out your plans from long ago. The Lord our God demonstrated again and again and again that He is not powerful, only powerful, but He's also reliable. What He says, He will do, and He does. What He promises, He keeps. His word is completely reliable and will not fail. Throughout the centuries, we have seen His faithfulness. His heart, though grieved because of the sin committed by the first man and woman on earth, He Himself, God Himself, provided a way that would cost Him His own Son in order to rescue the souls of men. He would give clear representations throughout the centuries, the temple sacrifices, historical events, through His prophets, through His servant kings, and above all, throughout His word, all of which would culminate in the coming of His Son to bring us the ultimate demonstration of His reliability, the redemption of man by the sacrifice on the cross, exactly as He promised, prophesied it would happen. Now that, my brothers and sisters, is reliability. That is the Lord of reliability. And so, my brothers and sisters, have you been praying for something that it seems God is not answering? Has it been years and still no answer? Huh. Not to worry. Not to worry. He's in control and He will make it happen in His time. If He has done great and miraculous things in the past, even in your own past, He hasn't stopped and He will not stop. He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Therefore, beloved listener, fret not, despair not. Our God is the authority of reliability, and He will not falter, and He will not fail. All according to His will and glory, and forevermore. O Lord, you are my God. I will highly honor you. I will praise your name. You have done miraculous things. You have been completely reliable in carrying out your plans from long ago. Now that's a reliability I can get into until He comes. May you have a wonderful weekend, and I will look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning if the Lord wills. God bless you.